It's a great honor to uh, virtually meet you, and
Sure.
and I'm very pleased that you've taken time out of your intense schedule to um, meet with me virtually.
Sure thing.
Okay, so I've got 9 questions, and I'll start with the one I've already emailed you. First of all, um, uh, this is Dr. Daniel Pipes of the Middle East Forum, and my name is Gustav Fotohinia of the McGill Daily. Dr. Pipes, what do you think about the union of Saudi money and Islamic zeal as represented by the overhaul of Mecca planned, planned to be completed by 2020?
Well, the Saudi monarchy has, from its beginnings, seen maintenance as of the Hajj and the Umrah as two of the most central roles that it plays, and it is a source of stability, prestige, influence. Nothing is more higher priority or more important to the Saudi monarchy. So it is. It has been over the last century and more. Focusing on Mecca, and then once it got control of Mecca in the 1920s, building it, securing it, encouraging the Hajj to it. So what it's doing today is in keeping with this history.
Okay. Thank you. Is Saudi Arabia a breeding ground for extremism?
The Saudi ideology encourages Islamic supremacism, does not encourage terrorism. However, the step between supremacism and terrorism is often a short one. One finds that individuals who've been trained in the Saudi ideas quite often go on to engage in violence against non-Muslims or Muslims whom they consider to be lax, proper Muslims.
Okay. Saudi Arabia is one of the top sponsors of development aid and directs these funds mostly to Muslim countries and Muslim communities in non-Muslim countries. But it promotes a Saudi brand of Islam. Do you think that Saudi Arabia is abusing its power as custodian of the Holy Kaaba by standardizing and favoring its own Sunni brand of Islam, and is thus using its limitless fortune malevolently?
The Saudis have three advantages. They control Mecca, they have a distinct ideology, the Wahhabi, Salafi, and they have a great deal of money. In combination, these three have given the Saudis, who were a century ago a minor extreme sect, they've given them a presence and prominence and centrality that's quite extraordinary. So that the Saudi brand of Islam is, to a certain extent, the organized, central version of Islam that one finds around the world today. I think this has been a terrible development. Had the Saudis not succeeded in the 1920s, had the Hashemites won instead of the Saudis, it would be a quite different world today. They spend what's estimated to be $4 or $5 billion a year on their efforts to propound their ideology. And this has enormously influential, destructive influence for Muslims and non-Muslims alike.
Okay. How would liberalism in Islam be promoted by the sovereignty of Mecca from Saudi overrule?
That's a new idea. You're suggesting that Mecca should be independent of Saudi Arabia?
Well, my suggestion is, my question is whether such development, hypothetically speaking, would encourage liberalism in all of Islam. That's a question that could be yes or no.
It's an interesting idea. I haven't thought about it before. a lot would depend on who gets control of Mecca now its control is exploded.
Right.
In principle, it could well be a preferable situation to the current one, yes.
Okay, well, I'll move on to the next few questions that also include this idea within them, and you can address them from different angles as well, if you wish. But before we get to that, you often say you're pessimistic when it comes to thinking, writing, and talking about Islam, and that has paid off. Are you optimistic about the envisioned facelift of Mecca 2020?
Optimistic in what sense? Will it really happen, or will it have good effect?
Yeah, good effect.
I don't think turning Mecca into ever grander city is going to have much influence one way or another. I do think the problem lies especially in the fact that the Saudis are against archaeology and have ruthlessly, consistently destroyed and put historic sites.
Yeah.
I think that's a significant problem. But whether they build another marble temple palace, I don't think has profound implications. There's one thought.
Okay.
One curiosity.
Yes.
Is that the Saudis have been brewing for a couple of years now the idea of Meccan mean time, that they want to move the mean time away from Greenwich,
right,
and place it in Mecca. And
oh.
They have in planning stages a grand clock that will be the timekeeper for the world.